This is news from Gaza on Friday, February 23rd. The government media office in Gaza reports that in the Strip, there are 37,000 fatalities and missing people. Missing, a lot of them are under the rubble. Others have been abducted by occupation forces, but a lot of these people are under the rubble. Some have been under the rubble since early October, and there is no way to get them out. They don't have the machinery, they don't have the gas. So 37,000, that's where we are now. And as we speak, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time, American and UK warplanes bombard Yemen. The US-UK forces have been striking Yemen practically every day. They do 3 to 5 rounds of airstrikes. Make no mistake that in the same way that the bombardments of Gaza mean nothing about the conditions of the resistance on the ground and who is winning the war, it's the same in Yemen. We have two dying empires that are really the same empire in their death throes when you see increased horrors, increased airstrikes, increased retaliation in Yemen, in Gaza, throughout the Middle East, throughout the global south. That is not a reflection of any sort of loss on the side of the resistance, of any sort of weakness on the side of the resistance. Actually, it means that the empire and the entity is threatened by the resistance. The same thing that's happening in Gaza is happening in Yemen. The Red Sea blockade by the Yemeni armed forces and the groups that I can't say because I'll get censored, that has been incredibly effective. And while the entity and its compatriots and its allies and partners have arranged a land bridge that goes from the east to the west to the entity to get stuff to bypass the blockade, it's nowhere near what they usually get from the Red Sea. Semi-trucks can't really bring the normal amount of what is needed on shipping containers. Europe is suffering, the entity is suffering, global prices are going up, and remember, the Red Sea is not blockaded to all ships. Initially, it was just ships going to the entity, going to those ports. So ships that would announce they are not going there, the Yemeni armed forces allowed them to pass. Increasingly, as UK-US airstrikes have ramped up, the Yemeni armed forces and the group in charge there that I can't say because I'll get censored, they have added US and UK ships. And it's been this domino effect, right? Insurance prices have gone up, global shipping prices have gone up because to bypass the Red Sea, to get to Europe from the east, you have to circumnavigate Africa. So that's what these ships have been doing. So these airstrikes, one, they're not effective. Yemen has said they're not effective, they're not taking out anything. The US-backed coalition that enacted genocide and bombarded Yemen for 9 years until a few years ago, and it only stopped because Yemen developed missiles powerful enough and with enough of a range to reach the Saudi oil fields, and they bombed 4 of them. And then a ceasefire and a truce was called quickly, right? Power is what changes things. 9 years of the US-led Saudi coalition and airstrikes in Yemen did not hinder their capabilities. They developed these highly capable missiles under a siege, a blockade, bombardment for 9 years, under genocide for 9 years. They developed this, similar to Gaza, right? And what you're seeing with the resistance there. All that to say, the airstrikes on Yemen are not going to limit their capabilities. Even Biden himself has said this. He's on video a couple months ago saying to the press when they said, like, are the airstrikes working? And Biden said, they're not working, but we're gonna keep doing them, essentially. He didn't even say it as well as me because, you know, he's not all there anymore. The only thing these airstrikes in Yemen are doing is killing civilians, Yemeni civilians. So Yemen has said this will lead to escalations. We will escalate, and they are escalating every day. They have carried out increasing naval missions in the past few days, in the past week especially. I cover this and provide analysis in my Telegram channel. It's called Praxis Redacted, all one word. You just download the Telegram Messenger app. There's no censorship on there, and I provide coverage all throughout the day. A lot of people find it very helpful. We also have a community group, a message board to join if you are looking for that as well. And finally, tagged in my video is Hassan El-Allo. I need you to go to his profile and to follow him. The URL on his profile is a support fund for his family who is stuck in Rafah. He's not there and he's trying to get them out. They lost their father in the 2021 aggression in Gaza. You know the story of so many people in Rafah, intense and sick and struggling, and to get out through the Egypt border crossing, they have to pay bribes. Last I heard, it was $10K a person, but recently I've heard that it has become a bidding war, that the guards are actually forcing people to bid. They're not actually increasing the amount of spots of people they let out. It's a horrifying situation, but his campaign, please share, please get the word out. Thank you for watching.